It's time for clue number 8 of the Cotton Cuts So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt, so stick around. Okay folks, we're almost near the end. It's clue number 8 today of the So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt. 3 more to go, including today's, so I'm getting really excited to see how this turns out. Just a reminder, I am doing the Churro colorway version of the small version, and this is the So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I also just started the Maggiore version of the Piazza Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. So if you're doing that one, go ahead and watch those videos too. I'm on clue number 2, I think, of that. Yeah, I just finished clue number 2 of that one, and this is clue number 8. So once I'm done with this, I'll devote all of my time to the next one. So grab your clue and your pack of fabrics, and let's get ready to sew. Okay folks, here it is, clue number 8 of the Cotton Cuts So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt. Just a reminder, I am doing the Churro version in the small version of it, and this is the 2022 Spring Puzzle Mystery Quilt called So Sweet. I am loving my colorway that I chose, and I still have my pamphlet. I haven't lost it yet. It's a little wrinkled, it's a little worse for wear, but I still have it because it's very helpful. And this month, it looks like we are doing 2 sections, and we're doing 2 of each section. So let's get started. So there's a little bit more sewing this month, so this might be a little bit longer video. But I'm gonna lay this aside so I can see it. This is my clue I printed out. And let me get out my fabrics. Clue number 8, I always like to make sure that's the right one. And I say it every month, and I'm also doing their next Puzzle Mystery Quilt. It's called Piazza. They never get anything wrong. All the pieces are cut, everything's pressed really nicely. It's just, you can't beat this program. So I'm going to go through these. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I have not had any problems with any pieces missing or anything. And I'm going to set the pieces all aside, and then we're going to get sewing with section 8A first. Okay, so for step 1 of section 8A, we're going to be joining these triangles of fabric A to the top, laid out like this, of the square F. And F is this sort of brown, light brown color, and then this is that really pale fabric. It has a slight pattern to it, and you're going to do that 2 times. Very easy sewing, just always using that 1/4-inch seam allowance. Place right sides together and sew along here. And then we're going to press towards fabric A in that triangle. Tip here, because I do this almost every single month. This is very pale fabric. It's a very pale pattern. And pretty much every single month, except I think for 2 so far, I have sewn at least 1 piece on upside down. So that's just my word of advice if you're using the Churro colorway. All right, so here are these 2 pieces, and now it says to set these aside. So that's what I'm going to do. The next step, step 2 of section 8A, is to join another small triangle A. And you're going to do this 4 times. So let me grab 4 of these. Four of those to a square C. And square C in my case, oh, I love this fabric, is this fabric. With lots of florals and some real pretty peaches and very pretty. So we are going to sew these, again, 4 times this unit. We're going to sew them looking like that, and you're going to do that 4 times. Alrighty, so here is what they look like. I'm just going to show you one of them. Put these other ones out. And then, I forgot to mention, on these you all press towards A as well, that A triangle. That's how you press to that. And now you need, let's see, you are going to join some more of these small triangles to, like so you can make like a bigger, larger triangle unit. So we're going to do that. So you should do this. Let's see. We're going to make 2 of these units, just 2 of them, okay? All right, so here's how they look. Nicely pressed. This one, the corner just hinched up just a little bit, no big deal. And now we're going to add a triangle, one of the larger triangles of E. In my case, this green. I don't know what color yours is. And you're just going to add those like that, and just these 2 units. We're just going to make those, sew that along. Now for this one, you'll notice I don't do a lot of pinning, but in this case I will definitely pin because the fabrics are new and they're a little slippery and I just don't want it to mess up. So I'm going to pin on this side. Just like so. And then sew down the line. Alright, so here we go. Let me just rotate that around so it matches my pattern. And in this case, I press towards C. So in my case, that sort of dusty green. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to join a step 1 unit. And if you recall, those were these. And we are going to add that. Let me just make sure I'm looking at my diagram correctly. Okay, we're going to add that on this side and make 2 units like that. And because of the way we press, they should nest nicely. Alright, so here they are. You can see them coming right along. So the next thing we're going to do, let me just move that one out of the way. Now, by the way, I meant to tell you I pressed towards that small unit we added, so pressing towards the left. The next thing we're going to take is the step 2 ones that we made. And let me just make sure. Yep, that's the one. So we're going to put that like that. We put these side by side because you're still making 2 units. There you go. It's going to look like that. And we're just going to add that to the top. Definitely want to pin there at those seams. Alrighty, so here they are. If I rotate them around the wrong way. And we're going to take another one of those big triangles of E and put it on that side. You can see how these are just going to be small blocks, and I really like these blocks. So that's what they're going to look like. You're just going to add that to that. The last time I forgot to mention, it's my little tip of the day, or tip of the video, I should say. When you're sewing, sew on this side because you can use that section there, that sort of crossroads where the thread crosses over each other. That's a great point that will help you indicate where you can get a nice sharp point. So if you sew on or just outside of that cross right there, you should get a nice sharp point. Alrighty, so here we go. There's my 2 blocks. They should measure 6.5. So I'm just going to double check. And they do. I just use my cutting mat as my ruler. So this is section 8A, 2 of those, and now we're going to start with section 8B. Alright, so for section 8B, step 1, we are joining these large fabric A triangles with the large fabric D, as in dog triangles. And we're just going to make larger half square triangles, and we make 4 of these. Alrighty, so here we are, and in this case, here's our 4 half square triangles. They're a little bit larger. We press towards A, in my case, the lighter fabric. And just a quick beginner's thing here. So I've had a couple people ask me this question. Shouldn't you always press towards the darker fabric? Well, as a general rule, yes, if you're not in a pattern like this. But if the pattern tells you to press a certain way, I highly recommend you pressing that way because that's going to help you with construction later down the line. You can press however you want. But as a general rule, yes, I like to, just because then you can't see the fabric behind the lighter fabric. Like if it's a real dark fabric, you might be able to see it. But again, that is not a hard and fast, well, there really are no rules, but it's not a hard and fast instruction. Like as I said, in this case, it says to press towards A, and I know that's going to help me further down the line, so I will press towards A. The next thing we want to do is take the fabric A squares, these larger squares, and we are just going to add 1. And I'm just going to I won't lay them all out for you. You get the idea. You're just going to put 1 on the right side of this, and then you're going to press again towards A, in my case, the lighter fabric. Now, depending on your colorway, you might have a darker fabric there. So you're just going to do this, and you're going to do this 4 times, adding this to the right. All right, so here these are. And then we're going to sew 2 of them together to make this little, or not little, but this block like this. Always reminds me a little bit of a butterfly. And I highly recommend pinning there in the center seam so you get a nice crisp joining. And we're going to make 2 of these blocks that look like that. Alrighty, so here are my 2 squares like this, or my 2 blocks, excuse me. And in this case, we pressed down towards the bottom row. And now I'm going to set these aside. And we are going to, let's see what's next. We're going to join a small square A, a fabric A, which is this lighter one, to a small square F, which is this lighter brown. And we're just going to do that right now. This is very easy right here. All right, so here are these, and doggone it, wouldn't you know it, almost every single month. You might as well just watch all the videos, because almost in every single one I've messed this up. I flipped it over and I pressed it to the wrong side. It's so pale. Let me tear that out and I will fix that really quickly. I'm going to fix that in a minute, but let me show you what we do next. We're going to take, let's see, we have 2 of these units that look like this, and then we're going to join a rectangle of fabric A to the right of both of them. And we're going to do that right sides up if you have this lighter version. I can't believe I did that again. Okay, by the end of this mystery quilt, I'm not going to do that again. That's my vow. So anyway, we're going to do that. In this case, we did press towards A, and when we attach this one, we're going to press towards F. All right, here they are, all fixed. And now we're ready to start assembling this second section. So we're going to pull back these squares, and I'm just going to show you on one. So your fabric A is in like so. This is how you're going to put it. This is my fabric A, this is my fabric D. And then to the right side with the longer edge like this, you're going to sew this strip that we just made. And there's going to be a nice seam there. I would pin there. And then we'll just sew that along, and we're going to do this 2 times. All right, we're in the home stretch here. Here's my 2 units that look like this. I'm just going to show you one for right now. Last but not least, we're adding one of these strips of fabric B as in boy. And we add that to the bottom, so it's going to look like that. Let me move that a little bit. Thank goodness I have a monitor so I can see what I'm filming. That helps a lot. Okay, so again, we're going to add this to the bottom, right sides together. I do, again, highly recommend sewing on this side because you have that nice little indicator to help you get a nice sharp point. All right, my friends, here we are. In this case, I pressed towards that fabric B. I love that, those soft, soft tones. And here's the second one. It came out right, thank goodness. So you did 2 of these. This is section 8B. And here again, I'm going to pull over. This is section 8A, and we did 2 of these. So this is clue number 8, 8A and 8B of the So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts. Stay tuned for next month. We'll be on clue number 9. We are so close. There are 10 clues altogether. And the closer I get to, whenever I do a mystery quilt, the closer I get, the more excited I get. So I wish I could get my clues earlier, but I can't. So here we go. These are the clues for this month. I hope you're joining me. If you are quilting along with me on the Piazza So Sweet Puzzle Mystery Quilt by Cotton Cuts, I'm doing the Maggiore small version. I just posted that video for clue number 2. So we're just moving right along here. Unfortunately, both of these, it's too late to sign up, but keep your eyes posted, www.cottoncuts.com, for their next puzzle mystery quilt. I can't recommend them highly enough. They're great for all skill levels. They're just fun, and I'm really excited to see what becomes of this, and I love the fabrics too. Beautiful fabric choices. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. I always appreciate that, and I really do love getting new subscribers. And if you're quilting along with me, or if you're not, just say hi in the comments and let me know what colorway you're doing. There's so many pretty ones, it was hard for me to choose. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.